All right, so basically the premise of the game is who you got. So I'm gonna give you two guys. And you're gonna tell me who'd you rather.
All right.
We just saw the game last week. Colts
Rapid
Denver. I'm not giving you any parameters, so you take the question as you feel fit. Nips, we'll give you a chance to settle in. I'll start down on the other end with Walsh.
All right.
Walsh, who you got? Andrew Luck or Peyton Manning?
Gotta go Peyton Manning. This guy just puts up number after number after number. Luck, little adrenaline running last week. So I think Peyton Manning, probably the best quarterback by the time we're all said and done.
Interesting. All right, I'll come back to you with a giant question. Big on the radio, which is interesting. You got a two-time Super Bowl champion against a kid that played 7 games, but you hear a lot of people calling in. They like the latter. Geno Smith or Eli Manning? Who you got? Nips.
Oh, come on.
He's a racist. Of course he's going to take
Never
Eli.
mind. Rich, Geno and Eli. Who you got?
Yeah, give me Eli. He's proved he can make those big runs anyway. Once he gets in, and
Everybody would have taken Sanchez
in
4
the
years
pressure
ago.
cooker.
Rich, who's played better this year, Geno or Eli?
Oh, Geno. But
He owns a television set. He
give me
knows
Eli.
what's going on.
You take Eli. All right. Let me give you a Jet question.
All right.
Who would you rather? Or who you got? Josh Gordon or the Jets' second-round pick?
I'll give me Josh Gordon. That
Josh
guy,
Gordon?
I think, is legit. And I mean, and I think you saw it when Hoyer was there. I mean, he had 13 targets, had 100-something yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, I think he's just kind of handicapped with the bad quarterback right now.
Let me ask you this. You still trade his second, knowing that if Josh Gordon gets suspended one more time, he's out for a year?
Ooh.
That was going to be, I was going to chime in.
That's a good add-in.
Still worth it?
I'll take the risk on him. I mean, look at Randy Moss. I mean, he was a guy that, struggled at times. But, I mean, I know we mentioned it last week, but LT, I saw the documentary last night.
Oh, did you?
He's a
bad motherfucker.
He was got 2 suspensions, and if he got suspended one more time, was going to be suspended for life from the NFL.
Really?
And he actually went clean. Showed up good. Hopefully, this kid, got
figured out how to get around.
learned.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hopefully, he learned from mistakes for a little. But I mean, a second-round pick, you never know. I think that guy's a definite if he gets in the right offense.
All right. We'll switch it up. We'll go a little college football. Walsh, who you got? My boy Teddy Bridge, your boy Taj Boyd, both coming off big losses.
Still like Taj Boyd.
Boyd got smoked
I don't like
at home
I
by FSU.
I understand. I don't like Teddy Bridgewater's physical stature. I think that he's a little weak. He's not a big guy. He's not the guy that if he gets rocked by an NFL guy, I don't think he's going to get up as quickly as a
He
Taj
plays with
Boyd.
4 packs bubblegums in his
Fuck
socks.
him. Fuck him.
What does that mean?
I don't know. That was just a random factoid
Yeah,
they
he
gave
likes
before the
bubble-
game
yeah?
last Friday.
Really?
Brother likes bubblegum. I don't like Bridgewater.
All right, Rich, let me give one to you, NFL style. So now Dez says he could do everything Calvin could do. Who you got, Dez or Calvin?
No, it's Calvin Johnson. He's just a man right now. He catch the ball between 3 people. You got to always have to have 2-3 people on him. And is there just anything better than him? He's 6'4", runs 4.3. Stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Calvin still?
Yeah.
Walsh, NFC supremacy. Who you got, San Fran or Seattle?
Seattle, the home field advantage is going to reign supreme throughout. They have the top spot right now over New Orleans. I don't think that changes anywhere throughout the year.
Nips, you didn't give your baseball prediction. Who you got, Boston or St. Louis?
I'm going to go Boston. I would have went with them either way before. But I know St. Louis got their I'll take Boston at 6. I know St. Louis got the pitching, but Boston just seems like one of those teams that I don't know. It just
Kind of like they're
Destiny?
destined, right?
it's like that 04 team. Like
That's
after
what
they
I
got
said.
through, and they just,
That's what I said.
like it's just like I don't know. Like you wouldn't say like one specific player, but they're just like I don't know, a bunch of knuckleheads that might win it.
All right, how about the NCAA next year and the selection committee to pick the playoff team? Who would you rather, Condoleezza Rice or our college football guy Brian Gallagher? Or anyone else besides Condoleezza Rice?
You know what's
Yeah.
interesting?
Why is Condoleezza Rice picking that?
You know what's interesting? I would love. You know
Maybe
who
we
should
could-
pick it? The
Tim
guys who
Tebow?
make the lines in Vegas. They know everybody better than any. Like they could tell me how many steps it's going to take me to walk to the end of the street from my house. They know everything. So why not have them determine who the best team is? They know.
They could put an over-under on your engagement.
Yeah,
You'd probably
they would.
lose.
They would. They know all. They know all.
Wait, so what? Somebody's gonna pick the best 4 teams? Is that how it
there's
is?
like a
I thought it was just me the top 4 for the BCS standings.
no.
Hey, right, the
The
bookies.
No,
They should.
no, they're picking them.
Why
Oh,
not,
come
right?
on!
Yeah,
You
there's
gotta
a
be
fif-
kidding me.
There's a 15. I think there's a 15-person committee, and they pick the top 4
How
teams.
does college football
Isn't
just
it
not
8?
understand?
Eight?
Is it 8?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's gonna be 8, yeah.
Well, Condoleezza, so that gives her even more of a voice.
Condoleezza Rice. That sounds like a Mexican dish.
Why don't
I
they
don't
just why don't they just let the BCS standings
Chappelle
be
Show.
and let the
Chappelle
top
Show.
8
There's got to be a committee for
Teams.
everything.
Unbelievable.
go in?
So here we go. Last one. Who you got? So we'll end on a little college football. Heisman Trophy race. Probably the top 3. My top 3 anyway. You got Jameis Winston, FSU quarterback, had a huge showing against Clemson in Death Valley. Killed it. Johnny Manziel, I know they lost last week, but he still played lights out. Or Marcus Mariota, quarterback for Oregon. Who you got?
Yeah, Mariota.
Open forum.
Open mic. I'm gonna go with Mariota too.
yeah.
He hasn't thrown an interception yet this season.
Rich?
Really?
No.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, give me him then.
Everybody else sucks.
I think Johnny Football, unless he went
Still?
undefeated, was no. There was no shot. He was
Oh,
winning
yeah. No,
for
he
his
had
off the
to go
field
undefeated.
antics. There was no shot.
Yeah.
I think after that huge performance, I know he's a redshirt freshman, but James Winston's played lights out.
that was a huge showing. Yeah.
And you know that defense is really good. That team's really good. They look like the second. You know, you still got to tip your cap to Alabama and give them, the green light for the top overall team. But I think FSU is right there at number 2.
Now,
Give me
you
Winston.
mentioned Manziel's antics affecting his Heisman. How much is it going to affect his stock, you think?
None. It's
But-
different. The voters of the Heisman care about that. The
You know-
NFL people are voting for they're selected for their jobs. They don't care.
He has better numbers this year than I think that he had last year at this time.
He's played better.
And-
Really, yeah.
But the fact that they write him in is after the offseason BS, you know they weren't writing him in unless he, like you said, went undefeated and they were like the top team.
They had
in the
no
nation,
choice.
You know,
Yeah.
if they had any crack in the door, they weren't voting him back.
Let me
in.
sling it back to the host of this segment. All right, let's say Alabama's probably going to be number 1 if they win out, obviously. So
They
now,
have a huge game against LSU coming up, but
so you got, ooh, wow, that's interesting because LSU coming off a loss could really get to them. All right, but if you have FSU and you have Oregon run the table, okay? I know FSU has Miami left on their schedule, and Oregon has a very tough schedule. They still have
Stanford.
3 ranked teams on their schedule.
That should knock them out
Who
last
would,
year.
who
right?
would you say gets in out of that?
FSU, Oregon.
Yeah.
So we're giving Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama's in SEC.
Look, if you look at
they're
the
in-
SEC East,
Like
too,
an
that
automatic
SEC
invite.
championship game probably going to be Missouri, 7-0 in the SEC East. Georgia's done in the East probably. Florida, Missouri just beat Florida this week. Wow, you know what?
Wow, stump the Vern.
I stumped the
You know what? No, but
fire.
FSU, Oregon, they're both undefeated. Yeah.
See,
That's
this would be the
tough.
perfect year for the
Oh, if they,
play-in.
if they
you
both
know?
are on the table,
Yeah.
I think Oregon gets it then.
Why?
Just because the stronger,
Yeah.
You think the
stronger
Pac-10's
strength of
better?
schedule. Yeah.
Pac-12
versus
Pac-12.
ACC.
Pac-12 this year, yeah, it's much
Who's,
better.
who's the ACC guy?
Well, Clemson.
Miami.
They had Clemson.
Clemson,
Miami.
Miami.
And
But they did destroy Clemson. I mean, but
I
if
mean-
you look at it, Clemson beat Georgia. That was their signature win. And look at where Georgia is right now.
But Georgia's still a really good team. Georgia has so many. Georgia lost their top 2 backs. One is the
That
best
same
back in the
game.
country. They lost their top 3 wide receivers. So Georgia's wins early. You can't compare them to Georgia now because they got
But
devastated by
that's,
injury.
but that's how it
injuries.
happens. That's how
You can't
the
compare the same
computer
team.
looks at it.
Yeah, but
or calculates
all right,
it.
but I'm not a computer. You still got to take that into
Not yet.
into account.
Wally Pitt.
I'm not a computer yet. I don't know what that means. I don't know. That'd be
Neither does
interesting.
he.
But I'll tell you what. You know what? It probably won't happen. They probably both.
You
3
mean a
teams probably
computer.
won't run the table.
Yeah.
But you know what? You could have look at Auburn. They went undefeated a couple years ago, and they were on the outside looking in
the
national championship
Cadillac.
game.
The Cadillac.
So
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
Cadillac,
could have happened. Yeah, you're right.
Ronnie Brown
Probably
years.
with the strength of schedule, Oregon gets in. But the way I think right now, both sides of the ball, I think Florida State's a better team.
I think
interesting.
Florida State runs it too versus Oregon. I think they got a better shot to be there.
Yeah, definitely.
But
But Oregon's nasty team.
That's why they play the
Nasty
games, though,
team.
boys. We got a lot of football.
That's
to be
why we do.
played, and we will
All right, HD snoozing on us. We gotta get the hell out of here. We appreciate you guys for listening in all evening. We'll be back next week, dressed up as some cool fucking characters.
I gotta work on my
next
costume.
week. Yeah, we all do.
shit.
That makes 4 of us, brother.
Yeah,
all right.
5.
We thank Coles for coming on with the news this evening, and we also thank Kevin Epstein and Nick Durans for being in studio tonight with some sort of handgun that he's doing right now. I don't know what that is, but oh yes, we need gunshots in the headphones.
We don't condone that.
One more.
we Can we get the Funk Master Flex blow up sound too? Do we have that roll?
Master
I love that.
That sounded pretty good.
All right, we are 14 Sports on 15 Minutes of Fame Radio. We'll see you guys next Wednesday night.
Deuces!
Hey, don't go.
15 minutes.